the ocean.
Oh, yeah?
And you can get icebergs there that are the size. I mentioned warmer water tends to bring up smaller bits. But in most cases, it's a matter of days before some of these little bits of ice. The iceberg, as it melts, has bergy silts.
מה את אומרת?
שומעים
Pumping noises made by the air escaping from the bubbles in a piece of ice. Ice from the front of covering is the fact that Russell Fjord is also ocean or salt water. And when it empties from Russell Fjord, when the tides go up,
את מול הגליישר.
It's a cave.
you can
The best exercise. צבע כחול. It's not panoramic. No, it is.
עכשיו הוא מסתובב לגמרי, עכשיו הוא יעמוד מול ה...
עכשיו יש לנו מראה של כולו.
עד הקצה? לא.
כן. אחר כך הוא נכנס.
Something's camping over here. I gotta get away from
הנה, זהו הקרחון כולו.
Where is it? Some does Alaska.
טוב, אני חושבת...
עכשיו נראה...
Did that come far back?
הוא לא מתקרב. מה?
Just either shut off, I think.
לא יודע, אולי זה מהאונייה או בא?
Right there is camping at the cave. See the captain down there?
You see that boat? Wow, that's weird.
Is that right?
Yeah, I know it did.
שניים מהם שוחים.
That's Legends of the Seas.
הם חיים עם חליפות.
All the people who are in the water are members of the Legend of the Seas, glacial, above water synchronized swimming.
מה?
This is going to be an Olympic event in the next Winter Olympic Games. And these people have been chosen to participate. Maybe you're thinking to yourself, well, how did you get chosen to participate in this very special activity? And the way that they get chosen for that is that these are the staff who were late for work yesterday.
I feel it.
They're actually completely waterproof, and one suit has a small leak.
Oh, yeah.
מה זה רעמים?
לא, זה נפל קרחון.
ראית?
הרעש הזה היה שנפל קרחון. איפה נפל לא ראיתי.
I heard it.
I dig into your money before I get pushed out of here. One of those people on the camera.
For those of you who were out by the pool this morning, you may have seen this staff in their orange suits getting ready for this afternoon's performance.
זה הג'ימי הזה.
And to get this ready for you today, they practice literally minutes.
You can probably get your picture to Starboard if you want.
That white, that big wall. Right there.
You could probably get your picture over here if you wanted to. Survival cave.
You see that? That whole thing right there? That is big. That big ice thing.
That's just number 2. He was just there. No, he stepped in.
I didn't see it fall. I wasn't watching. But I heard it. Do you hear that like thunder kind of sound? That was it.
צילמת מלמעלה אבל. לא, לכל כבר, אני הייתי פה לקרוב לשתיים. כן. אבל אתה יודע שהמסך זה לא טוב, רק מסך.
And now what we need to do, we need to gather up a score. We rate their performance. We give all the swimmers a rating from 1 to 10. So when I say 3, you need to hold up the number of fingers which you think applies to their performance today. Please rate them from 1 to 10. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Hold it up. Shout it out. Shout it out. Hold it. Hold it. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep holding it. Shout it out. What's your score? Shout it out. All right. Thank you very much. So we're going to do a quick tally. We're going to throw out the high.
לצידה השני, מה שראינו קודם, את הקרחון כבר לא רואים אלא את הערים המקורחים. הנה, עכשיו בצד שני רואים את הקרחון. זאת בריכת הסולריום. הנה עכשיו רואים אותה מצידה השני, את הקרחון. מהחדר. חזרנו לקרחון עכשיו, זה מהתא שלנו. אז הוא חזר לקרחון, טובה?
רגע, היא מסבירה משהו. כבר לא נתת לי לשמוע.
המפצים ששומעים זה נפילת קרחונים, אני רק לא מצליח לאתר אותם.
Which is a 34-mile-long finger of the Pacific Ocean, and it formed a lake until the ice dam washed out on October 8, 1986. It threatened marine life and animals and
מה היא אומרת?
steelhead salmon in the Schuylkill River, as well as
ולא היינו צריכים להידחף שם.
כן, הנה עכשיו רואים פה
מהחדר שלנו.
מהחדר שלנו, כן, שהסתובבה מהחדר ההוא מצוין. הנה האונייה מסתובבת עכשיו חזרה, ושוב רואים את כל הקרחון מהתא.
לא, לי קר, אני לא...
תכנסי, גמרנו, נו. למי צריך אותך יותר? בשביל מה היה צריך לעלות למעלה? תראי איך שרואים פה, בלי להידחף שם.
ואפשר היה לאכול בשקט.
אפשר לאכול בשקט.
הוא עושה פשוט כמה סיבובים כנראה. כדי שכולם... הנה, פה עכשיו יהיה.
איפה? איפה?
די, גמרנו.
איך את רואה? אני לא רואה.
כי דרך העינית לא רואים. נסתכל לעין רגילה אבל זה קורה מהר.
ממש לא היה כדאי לעלות למעלה.
Yeah.
That's what they were saying, it's completely closed, right? What are they looking at?
הנה.
פה, עכשיו תפסתי. הנה, עכשיו תפסתי סוף כל סוף. הנה, עכשיו שומעים את הזה. עכשיו תפסתי מפולת.
זה אבל חשבתי לעשות.
מה?
אני חושבת שאני עולה לעשות שם איזה זכייה בג'קוזי.
נוף מהחדר. בדרכנו להיינס. אחרי תמונתנו עם הקפטן. משקפים מהחלון, ערים מושלגים. סקאגווי. זהו הנוף בדרך, סיבוב מעטה. יום רביעי בבוקר, כנראה 11, ואנו מתקרבים לסקאגווי, 8:30, יורדים מן האונייה. זה כנראה כבר נמל סקאגווי. עוגנת בסקאגווי, שעה 7:30 בבוקר, יום ד'.
לא הייתה שהוא הצביע.
גמל סקאגווי.
זאת ספינה כנראה גם לספירה של משמרות חופים.
לא, אני חושב שהיא דוחפת אותה.
מה זה דוחפת?
היא גוררת כזאת.
זאת יכולה לגרור ספינה כזאת גדולה?
או, יש משמר.
אהלן.
אהלן. בוקר טוב.
מה? כן, אמרתי, זה משמר חופים כזה, אז אבי אומר שהיא גוררת. מי הסורר? לצלם את שתינו ככה מציצות מאחורים. הילד אחורים. התלבטתי עם אחת הכובע על לא, כובע מבחינת השמן.
הנמל. שניים אפילו.
בפירוש כתוב שזה מפיק.
בלי כל העיר. כל העיר, רחוב אחד. אמרית? עוד לא הגענו בכלל.
עמי.
יורדים מהאונייה לסקאגווי. סקאגווי. וכאן עוגנות עוד שתי אוניות. Skagway.
אני בדרך למטה מן האונייה.
Legend of the Sea. Skagway. ירידה מהאונייה. ההליקופטרים, העיר סקאגווי. אשתי הולכת. הסיור. Legend of the Seas. העיר עצמה. נוסף על סיור ההליקופטר.
Well, it's about 20 miles, so a kilometer.
Each direction.
Yeah. At the top of the White Pass, you're over 1,000 meters high. Interesting. And then to go up the White Pass in British Columbia, just beautiful.
Are you local?
Morning, you guys.
I'm just here for the summer.
Did y'all line up a tour today?
Most people you'll meet today are only come in the
We
summer.
have tours that are
In the
60%
wintertime, they're only about 500 meters here in Skagway.
What is summer? How long?
Well,
העיר סקאגווי. רחוב אחד.
They may do that.
they walk past the same cars.
You're right. You're right. Because you're right. Because they
רגע, מה יש שם?
סקאגווי. סקאגווי. אלסקה. הרחוב הראשי של סקאגווי. סקאגווי מוזיאון, 1889. שטוצח, הליקופטרים, נוחתים.
Folks set up for any tours today. We got tours of the White Pass.
מה? בונים פה בית, מעץ. כל הבתים פה מעץ. סופה של סקאגווי.
הכלבים, עמי.
זה הכלבי משחלת, כן? וזה כל הרוחב של העיר. בנק או פלסטין. כל העיר מקצה לקצה. הנה שם הספינה, ה-Legend of the Sea, וכל העיר. לא. כן. מזחלת. איזה אופניים מיוחדים, תראי. מזחלת אחת, מזחלת שנייה, מזחלת שלישית. ואופניים.
You could eat in crystal water. Yeah? No, I do want to buy some of that salmon.
אלה הם עופרות הזהב שהם מצאו בתוך הנחל. כאן יש צוגה של עופרות זהב, גולד פאניק. פה אתה יכול לקנות עופרה.
בון.
כן, שהוא מוציא אותה. עכשיו אנחנו עומדים לנסוע בהליקופטרים.
Due to the limited space inside the helicopter, please allow us to securely store your extra belongings while you are on the tour. We also advise that you remove any loose articles such as hats, scarves, and earrings.
Before leaving the building, we will organize you into groups. A tour attendant will then lead you to the departure ramp. Please remain inside the safety area until you are escorted to the helicopter. For your safety, remain within the approach lane to the helicopter, which is defined by yellow lines or on a designated walkway. It is extremely important to remain toward the front of the helicopter, away from the tail rotor located at the rear of the helicopter. When in motion, the tail rotor becomes invisible and therefore extremely dangerous.
Your seating has been assigned according to the aircraft weight and balance requirements. Once inside the helicopter, take your seat and your tour attendant will assist you with the seatbelt. Your seatbelt is similar to airline belts. To buckle, slide the flat metal end into the buckle. To release your seatbelt, lift up on the metal flap located on the buckle. For your safety and for the safety of those around you, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened during the entire flight. To enhance your tour, you will be given headsets for the flight. The volume control is located on the side of the headset.
There are 2 emergency exits on this aircraft. These are the 2 large doors located on either side of the helicopter. The door handles are located at the rear of each door. To open, push the door handle down toward the floor of the aircraft and the door will open outward. There is also a jettison handle located at the front of the door. To jettison the door, remove the plastic guard and pull upwards on the orange handle. Jettison the door only in emergency.
Representative will assist you with exiting and entering the helicopter. While on the glacier, follow your glacier guide's direction at all times. You will be visiting a unique environment in its natural state. The glacier surface is uneven, cracked, and may be slippery. It is your responsibility to exercise caution.
Pretty dumb and heavy flight.
Walking right into.
Okay. Where are you from?
These names, if you want to gather around here. Yep. Yeah, now we work.
הולכים להליקופטר. זאבי is now taking photos. מה? אני אגיע תגידי לו, לא לדאוג.
I need to go unload the folks that are on.
bottom to the top. So here, 6,000 to 7,000 years old. Still pretty old. The glacier is fairly warm today, so there's a lot of water running across it. So we're going to kind of stay together in a group, make sure nobody falls into anything. Okay? Your boots have really good traction because it is warm out, so you can trust your feet. It's probably about as good as the traction gets. So no need to worry, you're not going to slip around too much. Just kind of watch where you're walking. Please don't film while you're walking. It's Jason, Sean, Denise, Dr. T. If you guys have a question, please do that. That's fine. Or if you'd rather stay here rather than walk around, one of our guides will be here too. Okay? Let's go ahead and move this way.
אני עומד. Glacier. Skagway, Alaska. רגע, שיקחו עכשיו אותנו.
לא. אני עושה גם ככה וגם ככה. על הגלייזר. כן. מפשיר כל הזמן, את רואה?
הנה ההליקופטר עכשיו נוחת. מבקש תמשוך את זה. תצא איתה.
אני לא מבקש שימשכו לי. אני לא מבקש
תערוכת הבוץ. סטוצח, רכבות, הליקופטרים, מה הולך פה?
Okay.
Wow.
He's always grabbing straight to him. I had my foot on the wrong side of this. I was trying to sneak behind you. I thought
לא, זה מהדיילות בטח. Skagway. Untitled Park.
The only reason why we do wait
רכבות, אוניות, הליקופטרים, תראי מה הולך פה.
בעניין של 5,000 תושבים, כמה?
הנה האונייה שלנו פה.
כל בעניין של 5,000 תושבים.
500?
500?
500 בחורף.
That street we were just on there is Broadway. That's the main street here in Skagway. All the shops and everything is on that street right there. So when we get back into town, if you want to do any shopping, that's the street you want to be on, and I can drop you off there. A 100 years ago, when the gold rush started in 1896, this area right up here was actually underwater. This valley was created by a glacier hundreds and thousands of years ago, and due to glacier rise, the ground is slowly rising at almost an inch a year. This is the local police station right here. We have a total of 6 police officers for such a big town. We average between 750 and 800 people in the winter, and in the summer we jump up to a whopping 1,200. When you consider 100 years ago during the gold rush, there was approximately 20,000 people living here in Skagway. You can imagine how crammed they were. They were literally had tents in rows, and people lived in tents.
They were very intense.
That they were. For the railroad. They would use this to plow a path through the snow, because in the winter, on the pass, they'll get up to 17 feet of snow standing. That contraption there would plow through that and throw the snow over 100 feet in either direction. On your right-hand side here, this is the Skagway Visitor Center. It used to be the old train depot until the Forest Service came in many years ago and took it over. And now the train depot is just further down. On your left, you'll see a stick building covered in driftwood. There's several thousands of pieces of driftwood there. That's the old A&B Hall, one of the original standing buildings, and it has not changed much over the years. On your left is the Golden North Hotel. That's the oldest hotel here in Skagway. Around the time of the gold rush, someone is said to have died in one of the rooms, and they believe it to be haunted still to this day. This is the shopping district. We don't have any mini malls or anything like that here in Skagway. We just have a lot of shops. Captain William Moore came to Skagway and figured that sometime in the near future
there was going to be a gold strike in the Klondike. That was in approximately 1890, 1892, somewhere in that time period. He settled Skagway. He was the original settler here and started a homestead. He had 60 acres, which is about all of Skagway, plus the surrounding hills. And then in 1896, 3 gentlemen, George Washington Carmack, Skirmish Jim, and Tagish Charlie, discovered gold in the Klondike. In the next several months, thousands of people heard about this in the States and quit their jobs and came to Skagway. That blue building there on the right is a reproduction of Captain William Moore's original house. On your left here, as we pull up, you're going to see a couple of little shops. These were brothel houses here, where the women of the night, I guess you could say, entertained the men. When these women became pregnant and had children, they called the children brothel sprouts. You think it's corny, but it's true.
Can you put some air conditioning, please?
I sure can. On your right-hand side here, this is the only play here in Skagway. It's the Days of '98, and since it's on Broadway, it's our very own Broadway show here in Skagway. This is on your left is the only bank in Skagway. It's now Bank of Alaska. But several years ago, during the gold rush period, it was just starting out. It was the first cement building in Alaska. And a gentleman tried to rob this bank. He had just gotten off a boat. No one knew exactly who he was. He walked into the bank with a stick of dynamite and a loaded pistol. Walked up to the one and only teller in the bank and proceeded to demand the money from the bank. The teller was so scared, she ran out. This startled the bank robber. He dropped his stick of dynamite and shot it on accident and blew himself up. No one ever knew who this gentleman was, and he is buried in our cemetery here as an unknown. Once the bank was destroyed, the manager of the bank found under the floorboards there was gold dust from all the miners coming in, trading in their gold for cash. But it originally was a women's college, which eventually closed down due to lack of interest. Women's college closed down, it became a jail, and then eventually City Hall, which everyone feels is appropriate because they left the bars on the windows. Over on your left, you'll see one of the Iridat technology, and it is still in use today throughout the world. But the White Pass Railroad was the first.
Your PA system's off. We can't hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I apologize for that. We don't have a local doctor here. All we have is a physician's assistant.
This is the hospital.
Excuse me?
It's the hospital.
Yes, it's the local practice here. There is no doctor, just a physician's assistant. If you have any serious ailments, they fly you to Juneau, or they say you end up in the local cemetery. Skagway has had several different spellings. These people, that these bars of soap were almost magical. They would wash away disease, and they would also wash away your sins. Well, con men are very sly, and while people weren't looking, he would pull the money out of the cloth, so nobody ever won.
זהו בית הקברות של מתי בעלת הזהב, גולד ראש סמטרי. תיבדל לחיים ארוכים אשתי היקרה. זהו טור שלקחנו ואיננו יודעים עדיין מה טיבו.
They put this giant rock here and put world's largest gold nugget, and would tell the tourists as they came into town, come out to the Gold Rush Cemetery to see the world's largest gold nugget. They
קבר? של מי?
was so connected to the railroad, he had a line connected from his house to the train depot so he could keep up on all the news to listen to this every time it happened. She passed away first and she was buried here. Or, excuse me, he passed away first and wanted to be buried next to the railroad tracks.
Gather by the river, the murky, icky, green day Skagway River. There are no salmon in the river that flows. You don't know this verse, do you? Hurry up, folks, I got no more jokes and I can't stand to sing anymore. Take a few steps this way and we'll get the rest of the folks gathered round. One of the things you'll notice while we're in the cemetery, many of the headboards have received a fresh coat of paint. Most of these people didn't have much money. We are gathered around the grave of Jefferson Randolph Soapy Smith. And as you see here in the corner, on his years, oh, dry eyes, he was a creep. This guy was a con man, a bunco artist, an adult. When he was shot to death, the people of Skagway did not want that scoundrel buried on consecrated ground with their loved ones. So they buried the Joker 3 feet outside the cemetery boundary line. Soapy is buried right here, but technically the boundary line is right here. He has been cast adrift for all eternity. But Soapy, being who he is, gets the eternal last laugh. Because thousands of people every day come up those round cartridge. Oh no! Well, this gave time for Soapy to see blood. He took his rifle back dead center, took aim and fired. As you can imagine, Frank Reed is frantically reloading his gun. He takes aim and fires again. Both men shoot simultaneously. Oh! Soapy is shot through the heart. Daniel might just 6 days. He imagined 2,000 people flamed on the hillside, all together. And a year after he was buried, they passed the hat around, collected enough money to erect this grand monument. And here, I pass the story on to you. Yes, he passed on. Especially those of you living in Hollywood, California.
That we're on is quite windy. Gives you a little imagination of what it must have been like to hike on this trail. The gentlemen, or the prospectors that hiked this trail were actually on the right-hand side over next to where the railroad is. And their trail was not much wider than your feet were across in places. When someone was coming down the white path to let the other person pass, because it was so dangerous to step off, no one wanted to. Pop a little bit. Hopefully this won't cause too much discomfort for anyone. To let you know. This is the Dead Horse Trail, and if you guess just by what it sounds like, this is where it's...
I don't know what to think.
you can see, the side we're on is the side it is bolted down to. You can see the extra heavy-duty wires and cables holding it to this side. This is due to the fact it runs directly over a fault line, and that is to prevent any damage to the bridge. There is also a little creek that runs directly on the fault line. If you look both on the right and left-hand side, you'll be able to see it. This was designed that if this fault, here is the summit, 3,292 feet. This is the highest point that the prospectors ever made it to, and it's the highest point we'll make it to today. We're going to descend down here a little bit. We're going to go a little past these tour companies and hopefully get you a little further beyond most tour companies. Try and get you past everybody. Right here where the pavement changes color is the Canadian border. You're now crossing into Canada. We're not going to go through Canadian customs though today. We're not going to go that far. We need to get you back to your ships and still have to go to a scenic viewpoint to let you get a picture of your ships. As you can see, this terrain is very rocky, and it is a loose rock, which caused many problems for the prospectors as they were hiking the trail. The rock would actually crumble under their feet, and many people up here on the right-hand side in this little valley here, you'll see a long lake. This is Summit Lake.
זהו שוב הגבול הקנדי. עברנו את הגבול הקנדי, שוב קנדה. עוד גלייז'ר. איזה רכבת זה שם?
זה היום רכבת, זאת אלה היו, זה היה רכבת שהייתה מובילה את מחפשי הזהב.
נו, והיא עוד תקועה עכשיו?
לא, היום זה מובילים תיירים ברכבת.
אז אבל זה עקרונות, זה פעיל?
There are 29 active volcanoes here in Alaska, which, according to my night, they actually closed down and have just a video camera there with a sign that says, if no one is in attendance, please report to the video camera. You push a button and you tell them who you are and what you're doing in Skagway, and basically let you through. Not very strict here. Too many terrorists coming into Skagway. I just don't see it happening. There's not a whole lot there. I'm trying to tell you. We were up at the summit.
Custom. This is American custom. מכס אמריקאי.
Hello, just heading back to Skagway. Just went up to the summit. Citizens in the rescue. 13. Thank you. One of the 70-plus bridges that was built for the railroad some 100 years ago.
Graduation was a whopping big 9. 1 girl, 8 boys. She was very popular at prom.
מבט על Skagway.
I'd like to point out to you is the large, dark brown, almost black-looking one on the far right. O-R-E. This, folks, is where they store the lead and zinc ore concentrate that comes down out of Canada by truck. And from here, it goes out by ship to just about every country in the world. Now, the next thing that I'd like to point out to you is this large rock we're standing on here. They set up 6 gun mounts in this valley. 3 on the far side and 3 on this side. Now, this rock we're standing on, folks, was the command mount. This is the one that the commanding officer would stand on and watch down that bay for signs of an invading
שוב,
male of
במלחמת העולם השנייה, שהיפנים נפלשו לאמריקה מכאן.
Now the next thing that I'd like to point out
וכאן
to
הייתה
you
נקודת
is
תצפית.
that painting over in the far mountain over there.
הנה האונייה
Now, for you
שלנו.
folks right in the corner, you may not be able to see it because of the tree in your way. Now this is a painting of a pocket watch, folks. And the time on that watch is set at 8:20. Now that watch was put up there in 1898 as an advertisement. Straight over through there, right on the rock bluff up there. Well, folks, the first answer I usually get an answer to that question is that that's when Abraham Lincoln was shot. But folks, what that is, folks, is International Jewelers Time. If you'll take a look at your wristwatch, you will see that whenever it is set at 8:20. Now, in the early 30s, the International Jewelers Association got together and decided that 8:20 looked like a frowning heart. They changed your jeweler's time to 10:10. Now, to this day, folks, anytime you go into a fine jewelry store, you will find that the watches and clocks are set at either 8:20 or 10:10, depending on the mood of the man that set them that morning. Now, for Sam's group here, whenever you have your pictures taken, we can head back to...
זה שדה התעופה.
טוב, חכה שנייה, עד שנעשה משהו. נו, נותן לך אפשרות.
יום רביעי, איינס, השעה, כאן 6:45, האונייה עוגנת. איינס, עיר קטנה ויפה, נרד לכמה שעות, לאחר היום המעניין בסקאגווי, לא מבין, היא כבר עגנה אונייה טובה. מה? Haynes.
We're in Haynes. We just arrived at 7 o'clock at night. And it is Wednesday, August 12th. תראו את ה... טובה?
על רקע אונייתנו.
There's another dog over there. He's gonna fight him for it. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
מה? כמעט עמדנו בתור מאוד מוקדם. אני יוצא לדברים מיוחדים לראות. Ames. Ames. Pretty far out. מה זה כאן? Look at these purple. Look at these purple things here. Look at these
Which purple? Or the lavender? Which is really
these things right here.
Oh, lobelia. Huh? The little ones right here? Lobelia.
Ames.
$12.
אני יכול לראות פה?
Any questions about what I'd like to do?
זה מדגים כאן.
Ready? Go!
דובדבנים.
מה?
דובדבנים.
זה דובדבנים או דומים?
דובדבנים.
It must be from his wind.
Probably. He said he saw his nose.
Did you take a picture?
When the temperature drops down to 40, then we start even thinking about training. Way to the same channel, and they all had opportunities to be in front. And there is basically because they live their lives so close together and are trained.
זה משחרת אמיתית. זה חלק מהטור.
It's better? Right here? Brenda, when you go inside, see if you can get some crackers out of the silverware bucket. We need some crackers.
מה? מה? כן. יש עוד תמונה?
Yes. We went there this winter and we bought these and then we got them to make some with our own designs. We couldn't do this.
Hey.
哇，这个8.5，好贵哦。
זו התחתית. אייבס. זה סיור מאורגן, לא? כל קרחונים.